Well, I can tell you, this has been an interesting day. I am staying at the Boracay Hotel. Now, it's located on a cove in the Philippines. And if you're an American or used to the American lifestyle of hotels, as hotels are, this is probably not the place that you'd want to be. Now, there's a lot of reasons for that, and I'll go over them one at a time while you watch this beautiful sunrise that you can watch from any hotel on the east coast of the Philippines or the island of Bohol. But the thing that you should know is that last night, when I was soaping up in the shower, the water or the electric went out. When the electric went out, I was full of soap. Normally it's a few minutes or half an hour, but last night it was 3 hours. So I had to just wipe myself off with a towel because the Boracay Hotel and the Boracay Hotel does not have a backup generator. Nor does it have outside lights. When the electric goes off, it's dark. Period. No backup lights, no backup battery lights, and no backup generator. That's the problem with the electric. Now let's move on to the water problem. If there is water, it's very low, minimal amount of water. Minimal. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. Sometimes it just stops. It comes down to a trickle. Alright, so we've covered the water and we've covered the electric. Now let's cover the rental of the room itself. When you go on Agoda, you pay $1,700 pesos, for a room plus 10%, 12% service charge to use Agoda, which is total bullshit. But so it was $39 for the room twice, and it came out to $89 for 2 nights. In the Philippines, that's overpriced to begin with. However, the room I paid for on Agoda and the room I got when I got here was not the same room because they gave my room to somebody else because I didn't get to the check-in until 7 p.m. So the expensive room that I paid for was not the room I got. I paid for a room with breakfast and I paid for a room with air conditioning. I didn't get a room with breakfast or air conditioning because they transferred me to another room and then they told me I had to pay for breakfast in the morning. What a wonderful place the Boracay Hotel is. If that was not enough, when I argued with the fellow that owns the place, not argued, but had a conversation with him, he wasn't prepared to compensate me in any way. This was after I decided to stay for one additional day, and when I looked at what I should have gotten on the computer when I got back to the room and what I actually got were 2 different things. So because I got 2 different things and I paid for something that I didn't get, I got fucked because I didn't get any compensation back for the overprice that I paid for a room. I paid for a deluxe room and I got the economy class with no air conditioning and a fan. That's the way that works out here. If you pay for something in the Philippines, typically they don't have a word for refund. They actually don't have a word for refund because there is no such thing as a fucking refund in the Philippines. When you talk to the owner, they say they're sorry and they blame it on Agoda, that they told Agoda that they were booked up with the deluxe rooms and they should have only been selling the economy class rooms, but that's Bacapa. Cockman is the Philippine word for bullshit or lies. Therefore, the owner and the owner's wife, Cockman, they blamed it on the GOPR. And they blamed it on some other kind of thing that, or one blamed it on a GOPR and one blamed it on some kind of special that they were running. But it doesn't matter. They blamed it on somebody else and didn't give me my goddamn money back. Now, we'll talk about the, let's see, what else could we talk about? Oh, when you get into the room, when I did get my room, well, the room that I had, the economy class hotel, one of the servers here were working as a server, or maybe they worked with the band. They were in my room. So when I got here at 7 o'clock and they didn't have my deluxe room and told me my room was Alpha 9, my Alpha 9 room, when I walked into the room, it was full of shit. So basically they didn't even have a room for me. They had to throw somebody out of my room. I don't know where he went. There's some kind of shack they have off the facility. So just because you rent a room doesn't mean that you're going to get the room that you rent. And then when they changed me, there was somebody living in the room. Now, let's go, let's see, water. In every hotel I've ever stayed in the Philippines, they use bottled water. And they use bottled water because you can't drink the water out of the tap in the Philippines. If you're used to any kind of clarity or quality water, you have to have bottled water. And they sell bottled water here for 25 pesos, which is 50 cents for a 5-gallon bottle. When I asked the owner, the woman, Joy, to fill up my water bottle, when I bought breakfast, because I had to buy breakfast because they didn't give me breakfast, even though breakfast was included in my room. When I asked the owner for water, she gave me fucking tap water. There's 2 water sources at the restaurant area where you get water and they get their whatever they service the tables. I guess one water is for the locals and one water is for the tourists. But I'm a tourist and I got the local water. I don't know why they have tap water and bottled water. It's 2 different water sources. One is like an opaque, one is like an opaque plastic and one is a clear plastic. The opaque plastic is the shit water, and that's the shit water that I got that I couldn't even drink, and I didn't know I got the shit water until I got to the beach and took a swig of the water, and I couldn't drink it, and basically I was at the beach all day and I drank less than 2 liters of water because it gives you heartburn when you drink the local water. It's drinkable for the locals, but if you're used to clarity water, the water that they give you out of the tap, it won't kill you, but it tastes like shit. So I had to drink shit water, even though I paid for breakfast. And I asked, and I didn't get my coffee or my juice for breakfast, by the way. So if you don't ask them for the coffee or the juice that comes with the breakfast, you don't get it. You ask them for the breakfast, they bring you the breakfast, but they don't give you the coffee and the juice. And if you don't ask for it, it's like, well, you know, maybe I could just do without it because I don't want to spend another 150 pesos. Mentally, you're thinking that you have to pay for it, but it comes with the breakfast. But they don't give it to you unless you ask them for it. It's their way of saying, fuck you, stupid tourist, or saying, well, they saved 75 pesos on water, juice, and coffee. I don't know. All I know is that I didn't get my juice or my coffee with the breakfast that I paid for, and the breakfast wasn't good enough to pay extra for the water or the coffee. So we had a breakfast that was basically worthless, and no coffee, no juice. Even though I paid for that, I didn't get it. Now, let's see what else happened. The swimming pool. There is a big, giant swimming pool. This is a tourist place, my ass. This place is designed to the Filipino culture because, as you can see, well, you can't see it, but you can hear a group of people up here. They're enjoying the sunrise, I'll tell you that. There's nothing wrong with people talking. However, I can tell you that what's going on here is that the hotel is basically for Filipino people. Okay, that's fine. And they're very nice, and there's no crime or anything like that. The hotel is basically for Filipino people, and maybe each Filipino family has 4 or 5 children, which is also wonderful. And they all go in the pool. That's why they come here, because it's a beautiful pool near the ocean. And they all piss in the pool, because none of them use the bathroom. You can sit here and watch the pool for 3 hours from my balcony one night, and I never saw anybody get out of the pool and use the public restroom, which is kind of out of the way and down 7 steps from the pool. So you'd have to get out of the pool, go down 7 steps, and then use the public restroom. Never saw anybody use it. And I can see the public restroom from where I was sitting, and I can see the pool from where I was sitting, and I can see the people in the pool. So basically, all the Filipino people pee in the pool. So if you like pee in the pool, and you like the taste of salt water in your freshwater pool, then use the pool, because it's the best piss, I'm sure, because it's Filipino piss. It's like when they do business with you, they fuck you. Every time a Filipino does business with you, if they're doing business with you, they're fucking you. Guaranteed. If they're not fucking you, they're looking to set you up to fuck you. So, there you go for the pool. So when you go in the pool, either don't drink the water and don't lick your lips, because it's full of piss. Now, let's see what else we could discuss. The beach. Let's go down, we'll zoom down at the beach. You've seen my videos at the beach here, okay? Today's a little windy, which I don't know if it's normal for this part of the country, because I'm only here for 3 days. But the beach. The beach is a white sand beach at high tide, where it's bleached, and that's a wonderful thing. However, wherever else I've been in the Philippines, when you go out to the coral reef, you see coral. Not here. Apparently, they don't get the right water currents to have coral. There was some coral here many years ago that pretty much died off, and now it's covered with vegetation like a seagrass, which you'll see in my other videos, my Lisa videos. Okay, so if you're expecting to see coral here, forget that. There is no coral in Anda. We're in Anda, Philippines, aka Boracay de Anda. So if you're expecting to see coral here, forget it. There's no coral. There isn't a single piece of coral. I was out there yesterday for 6 hours snorkeling with my Lisa, and I never saw, I saw some, I did see some something that looked like brain coral, and there was one piece of it towards the beginning of the first half hour, and one small piece towards the end of the second half hour. The end of the first half hour. So there were 2 pieces of coral that I found for swimming for 34 minutes. 2. And where I live in Panglao, there are 2,000 pieces of coral that you'll see in half an hour. So this place, for whatever reason, is not coral friendly. So if it's not coral friendly, it's not fun to be here. So there's a now the let's see, what else is there? Finding hotel staff in the middle of the night to get toilet paper, because the first night I got here there was no toilet paper in my room. Forget that. Nobody works at night here. You can bang on the desk, there's no bell, there's no phone on the desk to call somebody. no reason to go to the desk to look for toilet paper, because there is no toilet paper. Take the towel out of the bathroom like I did and just wipe your ass with the towel, because there's no toilet paper and nobody to get you toilet paper in the middle of the night. Also, there was no shampoo in the room. After they serviced my room, I had to ask them for shampoo. So, there is my review of the Hotel de Boracay. And I don't understand why I didn't get reimbursed, because they know they didn't give me the room I paid for. They know that for a fact. There's no doubt about it. The price of the hotel that I paid in the deluxe room was not the room I got. And they told me Agoda booked me wrong. So because Agoda booked me wrong, they can't change my booking. So Agoda sucks when you're booking these fucking hotels in the Philippines. And this hotel sucks because it sucks. Now I'll let you watch the sunrise. more thing about the pool itself, that each family has 4 or 5 children, which is a good thing, and that each of those children, when they add up, I counted 70 people in the pool yesterday. So that means that 70 children, and maybe adults, were peeing in the pool for 3 hours that I was watching them. No one ever used the public restroom, and no one ever got out of the pool, and some of them were drinking drinks, sodas, and alcoholic beverages. So, the end of the Boracay Hotel is not for Americans. It's not for my type of American. Maybe if you came from some slum in a big city, this would be like this would be a wonderful thing. But if you're used to the American Standard Hotel and you come to the end of the Boracay Hotel, you're going to be upset. And that is my review on the end of the Boracay Hotel. Remember 3 things, ladies and gentlemen, just like the end of the Boracay Hotel, if Obama had a son, his son would have looked like a Trayvon Martin, that's right. His son would be in hell playing cards with the pedophile priest, that's right too. And his son would be dead, baby, that's right. Oy vey and shalom. Adios, motherfucker.